That weakness of the flesh that always makes it keep falling. It mortifies that. It controls, it brings the appetites of the flesh under control. So when he went and faced temptation, he made sure that he was in a state of fasting and prayer. And when there is a season of attack on your life, it looks like temptations or trials. It might be trials. Problems everywhere. Declare a fast. You will conquer it. Trials in your marriage. Trials in your business. Trials. Declare a fast. And then if there is a season of intense temptation. For example, we were reading the Testament of the Patriarchs and we saw how Joseph conquered Potiphar's wife. Because you see, there was a period that woman would not allow that young man to rest. And what made it so bad is that he was living in her house. He was a servant in her house. So according to the record, anytime Potiphar travels, this woman will come. She will undress herself in the presence of, and how do you, Joseph said the way he survived that period, he declared a fast. He refused food and cried to the God of his father, the God of Abraham, to deliver him from the hand of this woman. Do you know how God intervened? He was sent to prison. A lot of people saw that prison as whatever, but it was God's answer to the prayers of Joseph. Yes, one time she ran in and grabbed the young man. He ran out and left his clothes. So when the husband came, he accused him falsely and he was sent to prison. When the guy got there, he was praising God. He said, Lord, thank you. Because he was a slave sold to them, he can't just escape. They will kill him. So it was from that prison God organized, in 2 years' time, organized him to the palace and made him a prime minister. So sometimes there is intense period of temptation. You just got this job and your boss is on your case. And every day you have to see the man because it's not like where you, because of your job. No. Declare fast, my friend, declare fast. That's what Jesus did during these 40 days of intense temptation. You are in an exam and there is a way to pass that exam. Declare fast. 40 days. Satan came by himself. He didn't delegate a demon. He wanted to do to him what he did to Adam and Eve in the garden. What do? Declare fast. Because the flesh is weak. Persistence is stronger than resistance. You said no today. You said no tomorrow. You said no next week. Then by the third week, you are now, okay, I will only hug, but I'm not doing any other thing. You see now? It's okay, I will kiss only. I will not do anything. See a married woman. Okay, I will only go out with you once. Once you do it once, because you see, once you compromise, it's easier to do it next. But once you stand your ground, it's easier to stand your ground. One compromise leads to 10,000 other ones. It's just like lies. When you tell one lie, you need to tell 12 to cover the original one. And when you tell 12, you need to tell 12 times 10 to cover. And after a while, the lies start leaking because you can't cover. Evil is not a place to find yourself. Evil is not a place to be. It's not a place to live. Get yourself out of that place if you're a child of God. If you want to serve God, get yourself out of that place. It's a slippery road that finally leads to destruction. Even if you deceive people, you have not deceived anybody. You're only deceiving yourself. It's just a matter of time. You're on the phone having an affair, deceiving. You think you're deceiving anybody. saying things that should not come out of the mouth of a decent unbeliever, talk less of a Christian. A decent, well-brought-up person can't even say some of those things, and it's coming out of your mouth. Say you are on phone, you are chatting. One compromise leads to more slippery. So you know. So there are periods of exam. The way students behave during exam is not how they behave during the normal semester. You know, they sleep, gist around, go for party, do all that. No, the exam time is intense. Sometimes for a school it's 2 weeks. Some places 3 weeks. But it's intense. You will recover all the extra sleep you didn't get later, but pass first. So that 40 days for Jesus was intense. So what did he do? He declared a fast. So now, after that victory came and they soared for 3.5 years. You can see now. Now, finally, they hit another period again. And this is the period he was going to go to the cross. And that's what we are reading now. Where the forces of darkness came. They were intense. Jesus went back and brought back the old weapon. And that's what he was teaching his disciples here. Pray that you enter not into temptation. Churches should learn that. Organizations should learn that. It's like what Nigeria is facing now. Ordinary prayer won't get us out of it. What is going to get this country out until a safe place is prayer and fasting. Sometimes ministries face such challenges. A period of turbulence. Aircraft that has been flying peacefully hit turbulence. And then some people who are not properly trained, they get into gossip. See what is happening in church. Or, shut up your mouth. That's the period to declare a fast. That's the period of intense prayer. That's the period the enemy is on attack. And sometimes he has gotten inside people. He's using people. At this time, he has entered one of the 12 men that Jesus trained, the one called Judas. What you do is to get back into prayer and then declare an intense season of supplication, intense season of fasting. And then you find that after a few days, you are out of that place. You look back, the storm has gone. Normal life is restored. And because you use supernatural means, you usually look, you find that lives are preserved. Families are preserved. Church is preserved. It could be a business is preserved. Mismanaging such seasons can fold a business that took you 10 years to build. It might be a court case. And sometimes it's leaders of ministry that face such attack because the devil understands that smite the shepherd and scatter the sheep. At this time, it was Jesus they were coming for. And he was telling these men, can you not watch with me for at least 1 hour? Because, of course, once they strike the shepherd, the next will be the sheep. They were going to be the next. Whenever you see the devil going after a shepherd, he's after his congregation. He's after the sheep. You know, these last days, the Lord has personally instructed me and mandated me to arm every believer that is listening to us, every believer. And of course, we are taking this thing to the larger body of Christ.